Hello everyone, welcome to my USA Trending News channel. If you remember, Hansen's name was supposed to be called out at the 2025 NBA draft much later. Yet, when the 20-year-old Chinese prodigy was busy munching on fried chicken with his family in the stands, Adam Silver called out his name. Going 16th overall, the Nikola Jokic of China added his name to the Portland Trail Blazers roster. Here's where a minor, or maybe major, issue came to light: language. Now, as you have already guessed, for sure, English isn't the Zibo native's first language. Simply put, Hansen barely understands a word or two. Therefore, he needs a translator to be by his side at all times. Who is Hansen's translator? Hansen's NBA life with Portland comes with a linguistic curve, and Chris Liu sits at the center of that bridge. Because Mandarin remains Hansen's comfort zone, Liu translates across press conferences, training sessions, and live action. Consequently, he featured prominently during the rookie's introduction and summer league workouts, ensuring Hansen's thoughts traveled cleanly from one language to another. Meanwhile, Liu's role has stretched beyond formal settings. During a pause before the fourth quarter against the OKC Thunder on Wednesday, he translated an on-bench exchange between Hansen and Deni Avdija. The message landed. Shortly after, the possession ended with an assist credited to Avdija. Fittingly, Liu also carries experience from China, having previously supported Dupree there. Why does Hansen need a translator? Hansen operates in the NBA with Mandarin as his strongest language, which shapes his daily routine in Portland. Therefore, conversations around media duties, tactical guidance, and locker room exchanges flow through interpretation. As a Chinese prospect adjusting to the Trail Blazers environment, clear messaging remains essential, making structured translation part of his professional rhythm. However, growth remains the storyline. Former coach Chauncey Billups had acknowledged the added layer of communication brings, while trusting Hansen's drive to shorten that gap. The center already flashes simple English during interactions. Still, deeper dialogue runs through his translator, Chris Liu, whether at the podium or during in-game bench discussions, keeping cohesion intact. Is Hansen's translator part of his management or an NBA team? Chris Liu operates as an embedded figure within the Portland Trail Blazers NBA structure, firmly tied to the staff. Accordingly, he stays courtside with Hansen, joins timeouts, and relays instructions live. Recent moments alongside Deni Avdija highlight that presence, as dialogue flows instantly between teammates, coaches, and Hansen through Liu's steady interpretation. Moreover, Liu oversees every public-facing obligation tied to Hansen. He manages interview rooms and press settings, signaling an organizational assignment rather than private representation. Reports further trace his involvement back to the draft combine, extending through camp. That continuity mirrors league-wide norms, especially when franchises invest in international prospects adapting to NBA systems. Well, draft night rewrote Hansen's destiny, and language quietly joined the plot. Therefore, as Portland embraced its unexpected prodigy, Chris Liu became the connective thread. Between benches and play calls, understanding now travels faster. Consequently, Hansen's transition feels human, hopeful, and purposeful, turning communication into a catalyst rather than a constraint. When Hansen stepped up to the podium at his first Portland Trail Blazers press conference in June 2025, he wasn't alone. Flanking him was a familiar figure not in basketball gear or coaching attire, but in the quiet, essential role of interpreter. Sitting respectfully to Yang's left, translating Mandarin Chinese into English and back again, was Chris Liu, the man who has become more than just a voice behind the words. For many basketball fans, the identity of that calm, articulate presence may have initially been a footnote, but anyone paying attention soon realized how vital his role was. Yang, a 7'1" center drafted 16th overall, and one of the few Chinese-born players in the NBA, arrived in Portland full of ambition, personality, and a language barrier that could have easily slowed his transition. Instead, Liu has helped smooth that barrier into a bridge. Who is Chris Liu? Though not yet a household name like a star point guard or head coach, Liu is a professional interpreter who has worked closely with Yang since his time in China's CBA. According to multiple reports out of training camp and early media days, Lou, sometimes referred to simply as Chris, has been at Yang's side not just translating media interviews, but assisting him in everyday communication with teammates, coaches, and the ever-watchful basketball media. Journalists at Yang's first Summer League media opportunities quickly noticed that Lou doesn't merely relay literal translations. He brings clarity, context, and occasionally a touch of humor that helps capture Yang's quick wit and charming personality for an English-speaking audience. One Oregon reporter even highlighted how Lou's balance of professionalism and personality made press interviews enjoyable and relatable for the team's reporters. But beyond accuracy and fluency, the interpreter's role has stretched into what every great translator must also be, a cultural ambassador. On the court, during interviews, in training camp logistics, and even in small moments like helping with basketball drills or practice logistics, Lou has been a consistent presence of support, someone who helps Yang understand not only language, but cultural cues and expectations in the NBA environment. As Yang continues to learn English, a skill he jokes about improving one day at a time, his interpreter acts as both anchor and launchpad. The rookie often tries to answer questions in English first, then lets Lou refine and translate, creating moments of humor and connection with fans and media alike. And what makes this interpreter-athlete partnership especially compelling is that it mirrors the path many international players take. Language and culture are learned over time, but confidence and expression come first through trusted support. Lou enables Yang to be himself, optimistic, playful, curious, while the rookie focuses on what he does best, dominating the floor and winning hearts. In the NBA world, where translation can make or break how a player connects with fans and teammates, Chris Lou may not get the highlight reels, but his work behind the scenes is part of the rising story of Yang Hansen's first season in Portland. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.